presenter is Paul Flack. Paul is a freelance graphic designer based in Norwich. He's from an untrained background but gained experience in the print trade. His work has been featured in Creative Review, Dancing Views, Vogue, just to name a few. Pass you over to Paul.
God, my voice sounds awful. Anyway, yeah, I'm Paul Flack. I have to read my name out because I don't know it. I'm going to be giving you a really brief history of the last 15 years in the music industry, which I've worked in, but not only music. Anyway, I basically started in 1998. I was introduced to a guy called Bram, who designed the train spotting campaign, poster campaign, which I was very pleased about and very lucky indeed. So anyway, yeah. There you see it, and to be honest, I was, well, I couldn't believe that to be honest. So it only lasted 4 months, so that was a problem. So I was like almost on the streets by then. But I'd done a little bit of research, living in London at the time, only been there 4 months, and bumped into a little record label called Tummy Touch. And here's the first job I did for them, the first proper job. This was a record, this is the back of a record sleeve, and we had to think of an idea of how to sell the 5th year of their birthday. So I thought of a board game to go on the back, and it's kind of based on Ludo, but I called it Nudo. And, well, basically I've designed it within 5 moves, naked. But anyway, it was reviewed in Mix Mag, Jockey Slut, Ministry, all the music mags you can think of, but the best one I had was in Reader's, was it Fiesta Digest? That's what I liked, and then you can see 2 topless girls presenting it off quite nicely, but I wasn't on the photo shoot sadly, so there you go. And 10 years on, I'm still doing stuff with Tummy Touch now. This is for their 15th year birthday. These are kind of like guerrilla marketing style posters that are blasted around the East End of London. You can still see there's a bit of a sexual theme on the right hand side, and on the left hand side it's just basically 3 hands, 5 years, 15. There you go, simple. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, my next client, after Tummy Touch, I was at a dinner party, just 6 of us, and one of them had to be Sir Johnny Trunk for Trunk Records. I don't know if you've heard of them, but anyway, it was one of my favourite record labels at the time. And lo and behold, after a long chat about kids' TV and soundtracks, the next slide came up, which is good. So anyway, I started doing Trunk Records. Here's a other early piece of work I did. And basically, we're talking low budget, and I didn't have a photographer, so I had a 40-pound digital camera, and that went as well. Sorry about that. I'm not very good at this, am I? Anyway, this is another Tummy Touch job. It's quite recent, I suppose, but it's just to show the kind of various styles of illustration I have to work with, because I'm working on very low budget, so I'm having to vary my work. As you'll probably see, here it is. So you can see the difference in styles that I work with. This is much more graphic, much more my kind of style. And I'm not really an illustrator at heart, but, you know, this is the sort of stuff I produce. I don't class myself as an illustrator, but there you go, you can see that one there. And you can see it working on the right-hand side. Here's the one that I was commissioned for after that actual piece of work, applying non-format. Now, I don't know if any of you have heard of non-format, but they're one of my favourite graphic design agencies, and I was very pleased with that. So yeah, and it was also in a publication called Supersonic by the Gestalten Verlag, I think it's the German publishers. There we go. So now I'm still showing my varied styles of illustration, and not having the money to kind of commission illustrators and things like that. I'm having to kind of like teach myself at this point, you know, to do different styles. And then you can see some more collage and kind of photographic, I suppose. And it's a band called Circuits, which you've probably never heard of. And here's another one. This is a band called Coco Electric. There's a lot of people I meet, and a lot of bands come to me and say, have you heard my music? And I say, no. And they usually say, well, we're big in Japan. And this is one of those kind of bands. So here you can see there's more collage kind of work, a bit busy and more minimal from the main album. And off the back of that, I've got a call from River Island, and they said, can you brand the 2009 Autumn-Winter collection for us, please? So I did, and there you can see it. And also did all the main window graphics for the headquarters and everything like that, and that was quite an exciting job. And that's just to prove that I don't just do record sleeves as well. And this is my favourite, or one of my favourite bits of work, so I thought I'd drop it in. It's very, very graphical, not much like the other bits you've seen so far, so I like it. I don't know if you do, but I think it's quite nice. It was actually based on some Bieber dress patterns, if you're interested. That's where I got the inspiration from for that one. And right, this is to show you people out there, if you're interested, the kind of thing that you have to go through sometimes with bands. And sometimes the band, well, there's always a band member that's got an art degree for some reason. So you can see where I started off, where the guy had an idea, and you can also see where I finished off, which I'm quite happy to finished one, I think. I prefer the first one. Anyway, branding a band is also quite interesting. There's a good way of getting across a name or a new band. And here you can see on the left-hand side, we basically just used a logo. The actual name of the artist is called Mr. Fogg. So I've created the logo, and on the left-hand side, you can just see I've just cut out and made die cuts, and you can see the different symbols with the colours. And this is the new logo I've done for him. This is his new album. So we've kept the same sort of theme here. We've got a new logo, and we're basically going to do the same thing, but using different shades and colours and watercolours for each release. And even the pattern on the top is actually made out of the logo. It's just layered. There you go. So yeah, I mean, one of the hardest things sometimes when you've got no money to work with, which I normally haven't, you've got to come up with like ideas basically that are cheaper than actually manufacturing. So this is basically made out of like folded card. We've split the card and I've created little cheap sort of fold outs in the middle, and we've stamped them. So there, and yeah, things are getting increasingly more difficult now in the industry because you've got no money. And also, you can also see the difficulty we're having now working with downloads. You can see the main sleeves there on the right and the left, but in the top left-hand corner, that's what we've got to work with now, because people just download the music. And so am I, so I'm to blame as well, basically. And just to finish off, I think this is the last one. I've got a new website starting up in a couple of months, and also an online shop where you can buy some of my work, and I hope you like it. But I haven't got a name for it yet, so no one's going to know where it is. But there you have it. That's only 3 of them, but there's going to be loads of them anyway. So look out for the word Flack, and then go and buy loads of that stuff. Thanks.
Does anyone have any questions for Paul?